Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon, and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. You all rock the His House and other late 90s vernacular. We are going to continue our great journey of the World of Warcraft Classic walkthrough, where we play through everything. We have a very special episode today. It's going to be extremely light on lore, probably very high on death, and not a lot else. So, stay a while and listen. We're going to start with Glee Console here, because a bow that I wanted to wrap up that we didn't do last time was... oh yeah, I forgot. We never set our Hearthstone to Orgrimmar, and I never set my path. So remember, I said we're doing this whole journey together. If I do it, we're doing it together. So... I forgot to pick up the flight path for Orgrimmar, nor did I set my Hearthstone to Orgrimmar. So step one, we have to walk back to Orgrimmar, because the next thing that we'll be doing on the Horde is wrapping up the third and final Horde zone with Tirisfal Glades. But we still have two zones to do with the humans, with our Alliance character, which we'll actually do first, which is Teldrassil and then Dun Morag. So we'll actually finish Alliance before we finish the Horde, which is fine. It doesn't really matter, honestly, in the end. But we've already reached a point where our Horde at 15 is above. So 15 would be, if we looked at some of the class quests, 15 would be above. You know what? We could probably do some of that today while we're running around. We could look at some of this stuff. 14, we have this Druid. We could look through the Druid quest line, even though I did want to save us. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll save it until we were both there, until both our characters, but we now have 14 we could go through. Hypothetically, we could go to 15, which would get us mage quests. What else would we get here by 15? Nothing there. 16 would open up the next round of rogue quests. Shaman will complete in real time, doesn't happen until 20. All right, so not a ton. So we have the Druid stuff, and then we'll have Mage, and we'll have Rogue. So, and we're really not even ready for Rogue yet. So right now we could think about doing Druid. We certainly could think about doing Mage also, but we won't. We'll wait on that. One of that quest, the Gathering Leather quest that we actually did, I think I added that into the spreadsheet for professions. I hope I did. Let's take a peek. For skinning, because there's just not that many professions. So yeah, I did add that in, even though if you look it up on Wowhead, it's not actually listed. It is a skinning quest, even though it doesn't appear that way. It is. I did not find any mining quests. We'll have to kind of clock that and see. Nor did I see any enchanting quests, although, again, there might be quests that do those things. I won't find them on these two characters, because but my other characters that I'm dry running this with, they are, coincidentally, mining and enchanting. So we should be able to figure that out kind of as we go. So... the first part of this episode is just going to be wrapping up transition. Normally I would have done that either at the start of the Tirisfal episode or at the end of the last one, but I was super tired yesterday. And like I said, I had the sinus brush and everything. It's a little better today. I think it might have to do with the weather. We've had tons and tons of tornado watches and tornado warnings and wind advisories and things bubbling up over the past few days, and I wonder if that's just blowing the pollen straight into my brain. But it's been painful. So I do feel a little better today. I was starting to, when I got off work, I was starting to get a little hit by it, but I took a short nap and had some, Advil and like run stuff, and I feel better now, and tomorrow's Friday, so I just have to get through that work day. Tomorrow's going to be a long work day. I had mentioned before the D&D, but it is... I forgot there was a couple other things. My oldest daughter is very into art. She went to art school. That's what she graduated with her degree in. And she's organized like a community art show. She actually started she either did this last year. This is the second one she's done. I don't remember if it was like 6 months ago or if it was last year. But my youngest son, her little bro, he just loves it. He doesn't love to do the art, but he loves to be like part of it and be the crew. So that art show is going to last until 8 o'clock or so at night. And I have D&D. So I'm going to be juggling, fitting in the D&D with the boys and ladies that I play with. Although half of them have already canceled. But I still have a group of 4, so 5 with myself. But also going to the art show to support my daughter. Even though, she doesn't put any art in it either. She just coordinates it. She's really into it. It's kind of actually cool to see as a dad. Like, growing up, honestly, I'm probably the most artistic person in my home. And she's liked that, but she went to art school for 5 years. A lot of the art that's on the walls behind me is art she made. But she's never been like, and I'm sure she would say this too, she probably wouldn't be really happy about me saying it, but she'll never hear the show. But she's not like a good enough artist to be like selling her own artwork or whatever. But she is so like, for instance, she just had this group of kids was submitting. I guess there was a contest in there's Salvador Dali Museum in St. Petersburg, and it's really cool. I brought her there. She's been there a bunch of times, but I brought her there the first time she ever went. She loved it. We have Salvador Dali prints up at the house, and she's just always been really into that art style, so that was good. Dad introduced her to that. But I guess why are the guards like posted up right here? She submitted, I guess they were going to accept like kids artwork, and then some kids they'd put on the website if they were runners up, and then some kids they'd put in the actual museum and hang their art in a gallery for the summer. So she was like so invested. I have to repair. Waiting to find out if any of the kids made it. She was just so stressed for them, and like experiencing their highs and lows. And I forgot I got that dope West Dreadness Peak. But the good thing was they did. At least one did. A lot didn't, and I think she feels just like with anything with people in life. We feel the pain, but then we feel the good stuff. So her heart really went out to the kids that didn't make it. But anyway, so she's just she's into that, and it looks really good. So she's got a art show coming up. Look, we hit 80. That's awesome. Now we can learn. Actually, we can probably do it here in Razor Hill. We can learn the wool. I'm gonna keep this offhand item because that's actually going to be superior from my shield if I go into group content. So we want to basically be able to keep a healing kit and like a solo kit. I think that's what I'm going to do for this character. Oh. Do I have no quests right now? I have none. So that must mean that I don't need the Lieutenant's Insignia. I'm going to destroy that. I don't think I can ever use swords. That's not a thing. So I'll sell that. I have 2 of these, so I can sell 1. This we can cook. Alright, so while we go to Org 2, one of the things we'll do before we check out on her is we'll mess around with our jobs, but I think we got all the trade stuff we need.
What do you need? For the Horde.
So anyway, preview or whatever, just forewarning, I have been trying not to skip episodes, but I might miss one tomorrow. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we have all the shaman skills, right? Because we have 51 silver now. See what I said? I said we would catch back up.
How may I be of service?
I think we're all good. Although we will level up to 16 soon. It's general goods. Just doing a last thing because it's probably one of the last times we will
first
ever
aid techniques.
Be in Razor Hill. So we got the wool bandage. So that just cost us a total of 5 silver. So So now we can build wool bandages, although I don't think we have wool, so that's good. And we can build anti-venom. Great. Okay. So that's that. We could probably do some cooking too, but I'll wait until we are in Orgrimmar for that. I just did a freaking loop. I do want to try. It's not going to happen though. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for a little while. The uploading of those art books, because I am slammed as far as the eye can see. Even my weekends, I cannot envisage a world where I'm going to spend my free time scanning up a book. It's not going to happen. Because next week, this weekend, tomorrow, this weekend, Monday, slammed. Really, probably all next week. I really for the next straight month, I am going to be constantly slammed. And it might stretch longer than that because beep 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 beep. Job Watch 2024 update. Breaking news. So today I had super hectic day at work, probably very boring. Essentially, I had to go to the district office and which I have to do once a month usually, and go spend a day in meetings over there. And I was dropping my son off at school. It was probably about 7 in the morning, and I had to be there at 8:30, and one of my bosses sends me texts saying they needed a data presentation. So they ask me, they give me the parameters, what they need. Can I do it? Yes, I can do it. I say, when do you need it by? And they said 9 a.m. Now this is at 7 and I'm in the car. So I did not realize, because I was in the car driving, so I wasn't like closely reading the text or having it read to me on the speaker or whatever. But I missed the part where they said 9 a.m. tomorrow. So then I was like, oh my gosh. So then I'm like feverishly getting to the meeting early and sitting there and multitasking the first half hour of it. And I send this half-baked presentation over, whatever. That was just a stressful part of my day. Then I realized then I'm like, oh, I was like, look, this is as good as it can get on a rush order. This is all I had, considering I'm not even in the office today. And then they're like ghosting me. And then I was like, oh. Then I noticed, I said, and then they were like, really? A rush order for tomorrow? Which still is kind of sort of a rush order. I was like, tomorrow? Oh my gosh. I was like, well, no, I'll make it look way better. Just so then, now to do that, considering I was at work out of the office, I did have to sit there and take the hour-and-a-half lunch they gave us, stay there and work through that lunch to get it done. Rumble, rumble, rumble. But what was even more cool, so I'm down there, and this is where Job Watch 2024 is going on at. I'm trying to get this job to be one of the top people in the company, the head, like, chief accountability officer for just the entire county. And I'm there at the county office. First, let's get this flight path too. BT dubs. Let's not forget it. Going up into the sky tower. Then we'll go run around and do a little cooking, maybe some leather working. So we go there. Now, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want this job. The one person I know who wants this job is over the department I've been pinch hitting for. So he's the county director of the department I'm pinch hitting for, which basically is the one I've talked about earlier in the show, where the lady they hired new this year, she was outside hire, and she quit after like a month. My bosses said, we don't want to hire outside. Maybe after like the fiscal year or whatever, we will hire someone new. But for now, you're just going to do that person's job too for the next, 6-8 months, whatever. And that's it. They weren't jerks about it. They were like, do you think you could do it? And so of course I'm going to be like, yeah, I can help you out. So, and I'm there at the district. I'm there at the county in that capacity. So this guy is the kind of supervisor of that department. He's fine. It's cool. I think he probably wishes maybe I did a little bit more, but they also understand I'm like a hybrid in this role. I'm not like truly working in that department. I could. Oh, we can afford smoked sagefish. Let's just do it while we have the money. That's a good one to have too. In case we fish for sagefish. Okay, cool. We're good on that. And also, these are just little things. It's again, it seems like we're burning money. It's gonna bite us a little bit in the butt at some point, but we will honestly earn more money before we have to spend it. We'll earn all that back. The only thing I want to do now is before we leave and go get on the Zeppelin, I want to do the leather working.
What are you looking for?
Which profession?
So this guy I know. Oh, right there.
Drag.
This guy I know wants the job, and that's fine. Like it's whatever. There's no hard feelings. Totally, he gets the job. He gets the job. Like it's not legitimately. It is what it is. I think I'm qualified. I obviously feel like I'm more qualified, or I wouldn't even shoot my shot. But the only reason why I know that guy wanted is because he told one of my bosses, who, when I told my boss that I had put this application in, they told me this dude just texted them saying they applied too. Fair enough. He already works down there at the county. He knows them.
You can't study my techniques until you've learned
so
the basics.
I've already been like, well, whatever. He has
if you are interested
inroads.
in training.
I'm not gonna. It is.
Bad we can't skin
Is
the
what it
humans and their allies. All that skin is just gonna waste. Still, who'd want to wear the flimsy leather you could make out of it?
All right, let's see what we got here. So these are for 4 each. That's 3 each. Don't have any hide. That's 6, 8. Don't have that. So we're going to be using the 3 each. We need to buy. We need to do 5. So I need 20 coarse thread. So, and then we'll sell these, whatever, because that just cost us basically 2 silver. So hopefully we're going to make 2 silver out of it, more than 2 silver. So the first half of the meeting was run by this guy. I'm in there, did the meeting, whatever, it's fine. Then he's talking about, there is a government grant that came out of COVID. A lot of people have their jobs because of it. So he basically asks us, like, hey,
what are you looking for?
How many of you guys are going to work? We lost money on that deal, FYI. I made 1.5 silver and it cost us 2 silver to do it. So don't buy those things. We just lost 50 copper.
Thug, I have nothing more to teach you. Talk to Karalek if you wish to further your leatherworking skills.
Now we can do journeyman.
The Orgrimmar are designed to thwart invaders. Can you imagine how quickly one of those puny gnomes would get lost in here? Ha! If it was lucky, I'd track it down and keep it as a pet.
All right. The 3 is all we can do, though. Is that belt? Should we invest? 23? 29? Yeah, why not? Let's just... Even though it's gonna... We'll earn 1 less point. We'll be fine. It's fine. 55, we'll start getting some cost or whatever. Let's see, actually... We'll replace Squealer's belt with a hand-stitched leather belt. We've been riding Squealer's belt literally since the beginning of the game.
I have nothing more to teach you.
Let's see.
Talk to
Do we get
if you wish to further
medium?
your
When do we get
leatherworking
medium
skills.
leather?
The twists and turns of Orgrimmar are designed to thwart invaders. Can you imagine how quickly one of those puny gnomes would get lost in here?
I don't know. It doesn't really say.
If it was lucky, I'd track it
At
down and keep it
100.
as a pet.
All right, so I don't know. We're okay though. We're at 51 leatherworking. It's fine. All right, now it's time to go out and hit the Zeppelin. So, second half comes. The lady I've mentioned to you on the other episode when I was doing this update comes in, and she's the one that was like, "Oh, your name's a buzzword around the office." Blah blah. So we're in the middle of setting up for the second meeting, and the tornado watch that's been in effect like since yesterday, alarms all go off on our phones. Now we're officially on tornado warning. So we're all up on the 3rd floor of this building, so we all have to go down to the 1st floor and shelter in a safe room. Everyone in the office, including most of the people that will be doing the interview with me, most of the people that will be my competition for this job, and the incumbent, the lame duck person who is also the person that has recommended me for the job. So we go down there, we get stuck there for about an hour, and me and this guy basically spend the hour having a conversation. I like him, he's a good guy, it's easy to conversate with him. And about half that time we were talking about the job, the interview process, the different expectations, his reasons for leaving. And the other half we were just shooting the breeze, talking about family and life and you know, hobbies and, you know, different stuff like that. It was a good, productive talk. Made me feel very, very positive and optimistic about my chances. So that's good. So that's the real update. The other update is one of the main people on the panel that will be watching, that will be interviewing me, and of the 4, probably the one that will be the most hostile toward me, and the guy that is one of my main competitors for the job, they were clocking the heck out of me having this conversation. And I don't know. I definitely say that it probably put...
Well, come.
Oh.
Take a trip to the wonderful, gorgeous...
We just missed the boat, so now we gotta wait.
That's right.
It probably put...
Crystal blue waters, while I stand
like,
here in this unbearable heat with nothing to look
from
at
the
but
look
my
on the
brother's
face, I
appraisal
would
all
say
day.
it put some
Enjoy your
realization and stress into the guy that's been competition. I think realizing like, oh, I'm sure he knows. Just like my boss told me, I'm sure my boss went right back and told him that GleeCon can play. That's what they call me at work, GleeCon. GleeCon applied too. But also the interview. And I don't know what that person would think of that. I don't know if they saw it and they're going to be like, oh, this guy has an in. Maybe we should take that recommendation less lightly. If they tracked it neutrally, if it was just noteworthy, if it was like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure that's so hyper-specific to me and so boring, and I apologize, but that's what happens, especially when you get one of these weird black hole episodes where we're just traveling together. Because what do you guys do if you're stuck traveling? My guess is you pop up a second screen, maybe it's your phone, and you're either listening to music, watching a show, maybe you're listening to me. And you're just like zoning out when you do the boring part. This is when I would be researching my spreadsheet or planning out the next stuff, working on my notebooks over here that plan it out. I would start typing on the GM binder, which is glitched out. I'm super mad. I mentioned that yesterday. I messaged tech support. I went on the Reddit. I went on the Discord. They're like, yeah, we just had this thing. It was a DNS server issue. That should fix your problem. You liar, it did not fix my problem. Look at this crap. I'll show you. I showed you yesterday. You want to see how crappy it still looks? Shit, stupid crap. Again. Look at this crap. That's trash. That font is trash. And again, if you want to see what it should look like, look at that. 1 billion times better. That font is so much better. Ah! So, I mean, it's open source software. It's free. So it's not like I can be like, I will take my business elsewhere. But it really has me bummed out because I spent a lot of time on that project. Hours and hours. I would say I've spent at least 50 hours on it so far. So To trash 50 hours is annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess I would just, like, now that I understand the HTML software, I could maybe, like, pay for a more secure one. Anyway. Alright, so we're just waiting on the Zeppelin. Once we land, it'll be easy, because what we're going to do is we're going to land, which will landing right around Brillish area, and then we got to make the road over. We're going to run into the Death Knell or whatever it's called and log there, but that's not the end of the episode. Even though, I don't even remember what time we started. I think 15. Have we really been going for 40 minutes already? It's crazy. I should have clocked what time we started. I don't remember. That means this journey might stretch over 2 episodes for us. I actually already thought that was a possibility, because this was the easy part. Long part. Oh, I didn't set my Hearthstone. And the Zeppelin's coming right now. Well, that's not as big of an issue, I feel like, because I can hearth back to Thunder Bluff and fly to reset my Hearthstone. It's a little annoying, but it's not like end of the world annoying, because Thunder Bluff, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It'll at least get me back to Kalimdor, and then I can fly and fix that next time I at least got the flight path, because that's what killed me last time. I screwed up the Hearthstone and I screwed up the flight path. Alright, so we're going to go to Tirisfal now. In Prisvache. I don't know why I like these little horns. And you know, I obviously like this look for the cow, because if you look at my other character, like I just totally organically made this from scratch, and if you go look at my other one that I made, other than the color of the fur, it's like the exact same character. Whereas if you look at this person over there, they've got light eyes, they have these horns curved up. Totally different cow person. Also, somebody was talking in the guild chat the other day about how hot Tauren women are. And I'm like, what? I mean, I'm not, like, they're cute in an anime, in a cartoony sense, but they're freaking cows. They have hooves on their feet. Imagine crawling into bed. Even though they give them a slender waist and hips and everything, look, there's fur all over them. They have horns. They have a cow's snout. It'd be like making out with a cow, because they're basically a cow. That's gross. People talk about furries. I don't really know that furries. I just can't. I feel like that's like a meme thing. It can't really be real. Like, who is really in real life? Like, that's really their kink. I really am just into dressing up like animals. For real? I guess, okay, so there you go. If you're in the comments, never mind. Don't say it in the comments. Just don't bother. If you're really a furry, you can put like a code like, hey, you know that stuff you were talking about at 7:57? I'm the kind of person you're talking about, and we are real. But even then, I wouldn't believe you. I'd be like, oh, they think they're funny. This is supposed to be ironic. Who the heck is that your thing? Sure, like, it's Halloween, you want to play around, you're in costume, you and your significant other are just getting jiggy with it. Okay, fine, whatever, ha ha ha. Should I just jump right here? Will I live or die? Die! I thought that would save me time. I was wrong. I was wrong. I do think you actually move a little bit faster when you're dead, though. And we would have had to wait to fly over there, so this actually will save us a tiny pinch of time. It will cost us 10% of our money, of our durability. But I think we'll move a pinch faster while dead. And I basically teleported myself over there. Come on. So it saved a small amount of time. Should have just went over the stupid bridge like a normal person. I just couldn't resist the appeal of skipping. Run over this lake now. So, yeah, we're almost done with this part, but I felt like we started at Maybe I'm wrong. There's no way. Oh, you know what? Let's look. We can look right now. We played. Dang it! That's only this level. Oh crud! I don't know if there's a way to check what time I logged on. I mean, I can check like what time, how long. Like you could. I don't think you can even see length of recording. Oh yeah, you can. 30 minutes. Okay. All right. Good. So we must have started right at 7:30. That's good because I was like, man, I can't believe it. So we're only halfway through. So we spent half of the level. There was my poor dead body. We spent half of the level, half of the episode, resetting on the Horde, which that's fine. More time than I wanted to spend, but which does mean this is going to stretch over into a second episode. That's okay because of the nature of the way that second episode's going to go. Not be crazy. I got no XP for discovering that. It's trash. I guess maybe if you go back and you discover like low level zones, you don't get a lot of stuff for it. That person's name is Enwi. Yeah, so, long story, incredibly long, boring story short, I feel more confident about the upcoming interview. And people clocked the connection that I have, and I clocked them clocking it, which helped me with my confidence, but might it have caused some damage to the overall war effort? We will see. We'll just have to stay tuned. Luckily, you won't have to get very many more of these updates. Sure, tomorrow's Friday. I'll work. There may be one. Saturday, you'll just get an update about how much hard work I've put in preparing my portfolio. Sunday, maybe you'll get an update about me getting a new suit and getting all clean and wrapping up. And then, see, I'm gonna bring us all the way back. If you were actually Forsaken, this guy, Undertaker Mordo, would start you out, and you would be birthed inside this crypt right here, which is where I'm gonna put us. The Shadow Grave. That's cool. We're gonna go pretend like we're being birthed out of this crypt, just like a brand new Forsaken. Alright, so we're logging. This does not give you rested XP, because starting zones don't do that. I guess they figure you don't need it at that level. We did spend about a quarter of our gold. 40 gold it cost. I guess I could mail myself a gold if I got into a real pickle. Alright, now we're switching back to Glee Contessa. Why are we doing this? Well, we have a couple reasons. Okay, so here's what we need to do. Where's my Hearthstone team? Stormwind. Okay. We have two main goals. First of all, we need to get to Teldrassil. Well, there's two ways to do that. We could walk out of Ironforge, walk around, get into Loch Modan, walk up into the wetlands, walk over, and take a boat over to Darkshore. And then once we get to Darkshore, we could then take a free plane or boat over to Teldrassil. That's the easy way. We're gonna do the hard way because cray. Because we don't want to go via that route. We have two quests we need to do as completionists in the land of Durotar. Look right there. Winds in the desert. So, we instead we need to somehow get to Ratchet. Make our way up Ratchet, through Durotar, around these areas, into the Winds of the Desert questline. Then we need to still make our way up, because we're not going to quit our journey. We then need to find a way to connect. Now you have to connect versus Ajara, so we have to find a way to get from Ratchet up here, over into Ajara, then back, navigating the roads, over here into Ashenvale. Then we have to walk up Darkshore to reconnect Darkshore's path. Then we can make the same thing, which will mean that we will never have connected the wetlands, and that will be another path we have to do at another point in time. So I hearthed us back to Stormwind, and the first thing that we're going to do with our baby 4 silver that we have, pretty sad, is we are going to take some of that silver, rub it together, and hopefully get some more. No, we're going to fly over to Westfall. Now, the last time I did this was brutal. A brutal death run. I ran from Stormwind, here where we're at now, into Duskwood. Ran down Duskwood and suffered 1 to 2 deaths in that process.
For just a few coin, my griffins can get ye there faster than even the
And then from Duskwood, made a death run through the entirety of Stranglethorn Vale as level 12 or whatever we're at right now. Painful AF. So we're going to try another strategy this time, where instead we are going to go from Sentinel Hill to the beach down here, and then we're going to swim along the coast and see if we can fight less by doing so. We're going to hug the coast and swim the coast, try not to die, or at least die less, and make it to Booty Bay that way. Then we can take there's less deaths after that, because then once we get to Ratchet, that's not a very hard walk up to Durotar, through Durotar, because Durotar is at least a level appropriate zone. We can make our way over and to that quest, which is kind of a stomping ground. Now, it will be a little bit tricky. You can do some death runs up this river and let that kind of take you into Ajara. That's what I did the first time, but it might actually be easier to... No, it's not, because we're going to be so far up in Durotar, that's why I don't want to do that run. Alright, so here we go. If we seem like we're dying a lot, I'm going to end up stripping Necky. But, because when I did this with my mage, I was at 0% durability by the end. Every single thing completely broke a bajillion times. So... it's dangerous enough just going across Westfall. Really, like, we are not anything special. Like, yeah, the mobs are level 13, 14, 15. They will not... the difference, though, is that they won't aggro us from 85,000 feet away, and they are killable. We had to fight one. Maybe I'll keep that up just in case. So there's those things. We will be coming back and eventually doing Westfall, just not anytime quite soon. Ooh, let's get this copper. I forgot, but we need a bunch of copper. Do you need all that? Or I forgot the count for whatever our blacksmithing quests are. Oh, I forgot we're doing blacksmithing with this character. So we will get the chance to check mining. We will get a chance to check the mining on this character. I forgot we were doing blacksmithing. I just didn't do enchanting. Enchanting is just such an expensive job because everything you could sell, you destroy. So I don't miss it. And unless you're a wand user, the payoff is really negligible until you're like endgame. Then it becomes like super essential. And I really do think there must be quests that have to do it. Or maybe there's not. Maybe it's just trainers. There's a level 18 Dust Devil. That thing is Death on Wind. It sucks. I was just about to say I gotta split the difference between those two. I'm bubbling. Okay, he ran off. Good. So 5-minute cooldown on that. I have 48 seconds left of my fortitude, whatever they call that. What's it called? Yeah, forbearance. Yeah, these stupid dust devils. I kind of like in Cataclysm what they do to Westfall. I do actually like, overall, like, I don't hate what Cataclysm does from a story perspective, from a changing perspective. But there's just something so enticing about the overall leveling experience of Classic. It's just such a nice... I don't like this. You biscuit eater. I have 10 seconds left on that. You jerk. Okay. Alright, so we made it through those lands and down to the beach. And we know, I know for a fact you can make this run from the beach with no problems. I have no, that's not even a question. Because I've done it. I did it with my Tauren. I did it with my test run Horde character when I wanted to get to Dead Mines. That's not the issue at hand. There's a tin vein right there. But that was with a Horde character, and we will be passing through predominantly Horde lands on the swim here. Failed attempt. Their name is Medieval. I wonder if they were coming for that tin, or maybe they're just coming to kill. I don't know. Well, they've drawn that person from so far away. Maybe they shot him. Let's say that was must have shot him. Just be killing the quest. They're level 15. Alright, so we got some tin and some coarse ore. Up right there. I'm not going up there. This is also where we would come for the Alliance quest. So this is a good spot. You can 100% get here. Oh, I didn't even realize this. I forgot about this guy. Because when you come as Horde, I remember noticing him. But hey, what are you doing?
Good day to you.
Slither skin mackerel. Yes, please. Okay, that's cool. He sells some other ones too. I can't afford them. Oh, spiced chili crab. I think you can buy some of those other places too. But I will buy the slither skin mackerel in case we have some fishing at some point. And if we ever do this again, or when I'm back here and I have more money, I'll buy some of those other things, I guess. So good to know if you're Alliance. Alright, so here comes the swim. Now what we have to be careful about is that we don't draw like any gear. What add-ons make your character stats look cool and have your gear colored out? I don't know what that means. Here's an underwater copper vein coming up. So look, in the immediate vicinity as you're transitioning from Stranglethorn into Westfall, it's like this is smooth sailing. It's enticing. Hey, come buy some recipes. Come mine some ore. There's no mobs around. Like, this is nice. I just don't know how sustainable that's going to be. But if this works, guys, then you can take it from me, having done it a couple different ways. If you ever want to take a low-level toon and get them into Durotar as an alliance, this might be the way to do it. So we're going to find out. Now, I do believe there are some tricky Murloc things to keep an eye out for here in this area, or trolls or something. That's definitely a little land, so we do kind of have to keep an eye out. Don't want to get too close to this, whatever this is. Now we're officially in Stranglethorn. We do have to make our way through. Like, yeah, so what do? Do we just stay? Do we cut our way through? I don't know. Well, look, that's actually... This is Zandalar, you guys. These aren't bad. These guys are neutral. Yo, Jamba Isle. That's cool. So these aren't mobs. These aren't bad mobs. They're Zandalari. Okay, so they're neutral. Okay, I can dig it. And I can run for a little bit. Okay. Cool, got some cool music. But, what's this all about? There's something floating. Savage Coast. Now, I do know there are some major quests out here. Look, it's like reefs. Cool. Okay, so far, we've... Now, the only problem is, this is, no matter what you do, this takes a little bit of time. And I don't know, like, I don't want to go too close. This island right here, I also worry about, you know, what we'll encounter there. It'd be cool if you had a class that could maybe travel faster in the water, had some water walking, warlock, but I don't think very many classes have anything at level 12 anyway. Even as a druid, your travel form's not till 16, which I do believe I had that. But this is a really underrated connection. The connection to get from Booty Bay up to Westfall. So we'll be doing this in reverse whenever we go to take Leakin Soul and bring her into Deadmines. We'll be doing it in reverse, but by then... Oh, what is that? It's a big skeleton of something. It's kind of cool. So like a big, giant, like serpent? Dragon? Something. Okay, so we are just swimming. I mean, I don't even see any mobs. There's a Firefin Snapper. Like, do people come out here for, like, the Booty Bay fishing challenge? Oh, back off the land. I saw a water elemental. Me no wanna fighty. Thatty. Stop. There's a big rock out there. There's a gator. That will mean death to us. So there's a chance that there will be mobs in the vicinity, but I haven't seen any. There's some on land. What is that? Oh, a dude. It's in PvP mode. But they're night elf, so that's cool. Alright. We kind of like also, this is over here, this trench I believe is where the elite murlocs are. So I think you gotta like go, yeah, the Vile Reef. I think you gotta go down deep. Fight them. I don't. We just don't want them coming up to us. Somewhere down there. Yeah, they're down there. We just don't want to aggro one because they'll like one-shot us. And then that will cause more slowness of time. We want as little slowness as possible. It's already so freaking slow that we have to swim all the way down here. But believe me, this is better than dying over and over again. This is faster. Even though swimming is slow, this is faster than repeated deaths. This dark, like, trench. I think this is more murlocs down here. We will be doing a quest. This is like the 1,000 Needle quest line sends you in here. Super annoying. I'm actually, like, scared. Like, I don't know why, but... Like, I'm getting, like, anxiety swimming over this little trench or whatever. I don't know why that was so dark right there either. There's the Horde land. This is why it's a little bit easier also because the Horde, you can just take the Zeppelin right there and then swim the rest of the way. So that will be the end of our journey. As Horde, as non-Horde, we're only like a third of the way there. At level 12. So it's annoying. Also, this is crazy. Like, you have to really want to be a completionist to do this because we're literally only doing this to... I mean, the side bonus, we're gonna be connecting the Ratchet to Teldrassil flight line, which is very useful to have. It essentially connects our entire world for us, especially once we go... when we get to Booty Bay, we'll also pick up the flight path, and that will connect Stormwind to Booty Bay. and then we'll have an easy path to this part of Kalimdor, and then we'll have the Kalimdor to Teldrassil pipeline connected. So yeah, all of these things are good. We just have to be close to them, careful that we don't aggro. I just realized I was like drawing myself into that bay there. Don't really need to do that. We kind of cut across. And we just don't want to pull any water mobs. That's all. So it's kind of like trying to deal with that difference. Like threading that needle. Oh, I did this before too, where sometimes I get below the water and I don't realize I'm doing it. More Zeppelins flying overhead. Okay, we're now on the southern Savage Coast, so we are technically we've hit the peninsula type of land, so we've completed we've traveled through northern Stranglethorn. Like I said, we are like this takes a while, and this is going to take us 2 episodes to do because at this rate we'll probably only just get to Booty Bay, and then we'll continue our journey next time since it took us so freaking long. So this is going to be a 2-part travel. I don't know what I'm going to call this episode. Maybe like insane travel. Homeward bound. But we're not bound for home. Gleekon goes west. Oh, there's a raptor, a jungle stalker. Maybe close to the edge of the Wawa. We actually need to be out past that little peninsula anyway. That's again a little bay there. So, even just having made it this far, I will tell you right now, this is 1,000% easier. I don't know how I quantified that, but it's easier than trying to go overland. I know it kind of puts us a hitch in some of our things, but I haven't been making the most wild progress. I'm very close. I'm getting very close to finishing. I've finished all the northern Baron stuff for the most part, and I've begun to kind of process the southern Baron stuff with my trial run, which means I'm getting close on that account to running Wailing Caverns and Shadowfang Keep on both Alliance and Horde. Bloodsail Compound. Actually hit some... There's another dead beast, which... You read about that. We do that in Darkshore too. There's the Stranglecore. There's a lot of dinos. If the dinos are supposed to have killed that. Yeah, I have my yearly evaluation on Monday too, but you know, since I'm like about to go to this new role, probably that's how I'm selling it myself. Unless I don't care about my evaluation. Like, if my boss tells me I've done an awesome job, great. If they come criticize me, what's the point? No, you want to criticize me? Criticize me. I just don't care. What are those guys? Oh, it's a succubus and a warlock. Bloodsail warlocks. They were like in my eyes and my vision, they were combined into one. I was like, what is that weird red winged beast? Like, that's cool. But no, it was a succubus standing in front of their warlock. Alright, so we passed the Bloodsail compound. Now there's this other island right here. We've got to pass by this sort of island. That Firefin Snapper again. So yeah, there's that island in the middle. There's people flying on the flight paths over. The Dog Pound. And I guess there's like an inlet around it. You can see here it kind of goes around. We're not messing with that. We're going to stick to the outside and continue our journey. Yeah, we're broke. I can't believe we only have 2 silver. Oh, I do have the slither skin mackerel that I just learned how to cook, so now I can cook them. That'll give me 5 more points. This poor girl. She is really behind. I love that I look fat in this guild. I just like it. I need to go ahead and do the idea I have for the Horde too. You have some cool ideas for that. I just don't like. I've never found a guild that just doesn't have some annoying people in it, and I'm probably one of them. I'm probably totally annoy people. I'm sure I do. Everybody does, but I'm sure I'm particularly annoying. There's the goblin guy, the little. It's almost like the Brazil Jesus. I've always thought it was so funny. They do it like that. All right, so now we're gonna kind of cut inside old goblin Jesus. Because we're getting close to Booty Bay proper here. There's a little coming into the bay. Essentially, once we cross this channel, again, I don't know what mobs look like. See any? Pretty good. There's the dock. You can freaking see the Booty Bay dock right there. We can see it, guys. I can see Booty Bay. I'll tell you right now, this was way better. I probably literally died 20 times, at least. At least. There's like a big cannon thing, Janeiro's Point, and it's really the same thing, like that Brazil, like Rio de Janeiro. They're 100% borrowing from that idea. There's the boat, which we don't have time to actually get because we need to get the flight path. That's essential. The boat will come and the boat will go. But I'm happy. I'm pleased with myself for figuring out a deathless connection. Now, will we maintain deathlessness all the way up as we try to go to Durotar? Less optimistic about that. I am also happy to be back on Glee Contessa. I was having a little more fun with her. She's a fun character. I like that we learned two-handed axes that I made myself. I like that I got myself in a guild on this one. Here's the ramp right here, by the way. That's what I'm doing. I'm swimming in stone scale eel. Huh. Pretty sure those are useful for raiding or something. I hear people talking about them sometimes. But if there's pools all over Booty Bay, then... This is a superior fisherman, but that is...
I can teach you fishing skills.
Yeah, but I don't have enough money.
Have a good one.
Okay, so we're gonna go get the flight path, which Booty Bay has one of the dumbest flight path setups. Where you have to, like, go in all these things. I mean, it's like a Swiss Family Robinson boat. Is that the Horde side? Yeah, that's Horde. There's some cooking things. Alright, so here's the Alliance flight path. Different Horde one. Alright, so did we connect?
Fastest griffins this side of Airy Peak.
Yes.
Want to take a ride?
We now are connected direct. We have a Stormwind direct flight. 6 silver. But that is worth it. That's Horde, the Horde Booty Bay Connect, which we did that. As soon as we, we're caught up when we start getting to the point where we're doing, not Booty Bay, Nomergon. We start doing Nomergon, you know we're there. Alright, so that's pretty good. I think this is a good stopping point. So next time we will embark on a ship to Ratchet. We will make the journey up the Ratchet Durotar border into Durotar to complete our quest. Then we'll continue into Ajara. Then we'll navigate through Ashenvale and continue to navigate further into Darkshore. And then finally Teldrassil. as we prep ourselves for that lane. But for now, we have another episode in the pipe. 5x5. Happy to be back with you all. Happy to be back with Glee Contessa. And I'll see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.